Morning YouTube. Is that good enough for you? All right guys, don't take that personally. There was one guy that complained that I didn't say good morning YouTube in a video that I did say good morning YouTube in the video. Anyway guys, we've gone about 150 miles. You know, this morning when I turned on the lights and fired the truck up, it was just after 4 a.m. and it was foggy. Wasn't a lot to see. So that's why we just did kind of the time lapse of the sunrise, but of course it was pretty cloudy and foggy still, so I don't know how well that came out. I haven't seen it yet. So anyway, at the moment, we are about 74 miles still west of Lake City, Florida. We stopped here at this rest area just for a moment, really just because I had to pee, but because we've gone about 150 miles, just want to do a quick walk around, check all the tires, make sure that everything looks good. I'll pop open the trailer door, check my load securement on everything inside as well, and then we're going to get right back on the road. All right, everything in there looks good as well. One more click on each one of the car straps. Everything else looks good. then it seemed like all the brake lights came on in my lane that I was now in, and even brake lights in the far left lane were coming on. So I proceeded with caution, got a little bit closer, and no lie, everybody from all three lanes were trying to get off onto that exit. So I finally got to the far right lane and passed everybody. And no lie, as soon as I passed that exit, there was nobody on the road in front of me. Literally, all three travel lanes, everybody jumped over to get off of that one exit. I don't know what was so special about that exit, but it was kind of nice after that. There's really the only traffic that we hit. So I gotta move over. We got law enforcement up here on the right. So I'm moving over to the left to give them some room. Anyway, I'll try to slow down the time lapse and put that in right here. Alright guys, so we stopped here at exit 25 off of the 295. The racetrack seemed to have the cheapest fuel on our route today, and we were getting pretty low, probably down to about a quarter of a tank or so. It's only $3.48 here, which is much cheaper than most of the truck stops we've passed, which have been well over $4, $4.25, $4.30, so on and so forth. So, gonna stop here, probably grab some more coffee, gonna clean the windshield, and then we're gonna get back on the road again. So we got our fuel, and we got some coffee and some iced tea, and I think we are ready to hit the road. Now, I'm gonna let this driver here to the left of me pull out first, because there's a truck in front of us parked in a place where a truck shouldn't be parked, and a couple four-wheelers parked there as well. And with the two of them there, I don't think I can make the turn. So hopefully one of them will leave, and then we'll pull out. But there's nobody behind me, so I'm not holding anybody up. And yes, I did pull forward before I went inside to get my receipt, like you're supposed to. All right, guys, so you see that truck is right there in front of me. This one's right here. I know it looks like a big wide opening, but with my swing, it would be tricky. All right, that's the window we needed. Guys, so we stopped in Brunswick, Georgia. Goliath needed a bath really, really bad. Last time he was cleaned is when we were at the Kentucky Truck Show there for the Mid-America Truck Show. And remember, the trailer wasn't with me, so it didn't get washed at all. or they're just dirty. You know, when we're at Frank Brown Park there in Thunder Beach, it's a grass lot, but as the bikes come by and other vehicles come by, it kicks up a lot of dust. So even if we washed it just before we got there, it would be absolutely filthy by the time we leave. Of course, this time of year, you got all the pollen and stuff, so it doesn't stay clean long, but I just feel like you got to stay up on top of that stuff. Keep him looking as good as possible. I know he's not a show truck, but I still want him to look as good as possible. Hopefully these guys will do a really good job. As you can see, they've got quite the line here. We probably sat in line for about an hour. But remember guys, we're not in a hurry. We don't even need to be in Myrtle until tomorrow night, so we can set up Thursday morning. And we're already into Georgia. We don't have that much further to go. I don't think we're gonna go all the way tonight. We're just gonna get to South Carolina, to the Welcome Center, park there early, and just kind of hang out. So like right now, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, give or take. So we're still an hour and a half away from there maybe. So once we get out of here, we get there, get parked early, just hang out, and then do the rest of it tomorrow morning. All right, guys, what do you think? He looks a whole lot better. Still a little bit of soap residue on there, but not too bad. We'll get driving pretty quick and we'll blow the rest of it off. All right, guys, we made it to the Welcome Center here in South Carolina, and I think this is where we are going to call home for a little while. I forgot how short the parking spots are here. I am sticking way out, but I'm on the very end spot, so at least I'm not blocking anybody in, and hopefully I'm lined up enough that I can get out when the time comes. So you can see I'm definitely sticking way out of the front of the spot, but I'm on the end. But if I were to come back any further, I'd be in the driveway. So I think that's the best bet for me. I can't get too much more this way without taking the risk of clipping that curb on the way out. And as it is, I'm gonna have to be really careful. So right now, it's about 3:45. If we were to keep going, we would likely hit Charleston traffic right at the wrong time of day. We are only about an hour and a half from Charleston and a little over 3 hours to Murrells Inlet. And we got up early this morning. I got up at about 3:30, so we're already at about that 12-hour mark for our day. Not that that really matters much, but I didn't go to bed till like 11 last night, so it's not like I had a lot of sleep, and I am feeling a little bit tired. My decision here is, do I just take a nap here and wait till after the whole rush of Charleston traffic goes away, and then drive the rest of the way in and park at the mall parking lot or something there in Myrtle's Inlet? Or do I sleep in until like 9 o'clock? And then by the time I get to Charleston, hopefully the morning rush will be over, and it would still put me in Myrtle's Inlet by noon, 1 o'clock at the latest, maybe, even if we stop somewhere and slow down. Because if I got up early at like 6, then it puts me right in Charleston right when traffic happens as well. So I don't want to do that. But if I got to bed a little bit earlier tonight, then got back up at 3 or 3:30, I could be through Charleston before the traffic, and I'd still get into Myrtle's Inlet at pretty early tomorrow. Still way earlier than I need to be, but these are just the things, my trip plan going through my head, and I'm just vocalizing it for you guys. But no matter what I decide, I think that's gonna end this video right here, because nothing else exciting is gonna happen until I get some rest and decide what time I'm gonna leave here. So I wanna thank you guys for watching. Until the next time I see you, keep those engines running. But before you say goodbye, check out this logo I'm about to drop right here on the screen. It was actually created for me by one of our subscribers. His name is Gary Behringer. He emailed it to me today while we were sitting in the truck wash line is when I saw it, and I just think it's fantastic. Guys, tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below, and everybody tell Gary thank you.